Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Trader Minute. It's great to have you on board. I'm Carl. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. And here for the top three today. The market itself up about 9 points. It's a little bit off the highs, but let's jump into the top three. And there's a whole group of these, and we've been talking about these for a while now. Technically, this is one of the better setups. Is WNR. I love the setup here. Just looking to run higher. This along with Tesoro and looks some nice looking charts. But I chose this one for these reasons. First of all, it's a trend rider bull signal. With this jump into the upper Bollinger Band like that, trend rider bull signal. We've had some big volumes last Friday. It's not going to be that high today, but you're not going to see many that's going to be really high today to match those volumes. This is very strong technical action like this, jump into the upper Bollinger Band like that. It gapped over prior resistance there at 40 and has run off of that today. Strong looking signal. You can also look at this through the eyes of a vibe. Talked about this a little bit earlier this morning, and you can see the average is rising. We've got the indicators, wrong button. Indicators rising as well as the MACD. The area for this, the $40 range. Also breaking out of an ascending triangle pattern. Very bullish signals. Vibe bull on Friday with it here. Today's confirmation of not only an ascending triangle pattern, but a big strong push here off of the 7 and moving higher today. Very strong technical action, 43 to 45. Pretty doable here on Western Refinery. It could go a lot higher than that. When this thing breaks, it can really run. This time it broke 30, ran about $5 here in just over a week. Here, likely some kind of news right through here, so it might be a little bit unfair. Another $5 was a pretty easy target for it. For this to run another 5, not out of the question. 43 is pretty conservative for a price target. 45, 46, doable on a stock like this, especially with all the other stocks like that. And as well, based on this type of technical action, could run up into that range pretty easy. Okay, the next one here on my top three is General Motors. General Motors, this is a bull vibe signal. Bull vibe, wow, that goes, sorry about that. See the indicators here, uptrending indicators. The MACD's been uptrending now since October on this. Very strong signals here. What this has done, you can see obviously how the average is rising right through here. On this breakout right here, we've had a few days where it's come down, a push higher today, bouncing below the 7 and pushing back above it. Very strong technical signal here. 43 target right on this right here. If you use the 7 as a stop, it's pretty close. Might be a little bit too tight. I'd probably go down here to today's low and use that as a stop if you're looking at General Motors. Okay, but another strong looking vibe bull signal. Very strong volumes on Friday. I mean, amazing volumes. And today, a little bit lighter, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get up here towards the average, which is still going to be some pretty good volume on General Motors. Okay, the last one, and I looked at this a little while ago with you this morning, C-Trip. This isn't a bull vibe signal. This is more along the lines of a trend rider. And with the trend rider, let me zoom in on this. Sorry. There we go. See the RSI up here breaking through 50. That's what we want to see in a trend rider. The Bollinger Band's expanding. It's pretty easy. You see the bands are expanding there. Clear expansion of the bands. It's been channeling 48, 46, a $2 channel right there. A breakout here. It's had some decent volumes on Friday. It might equal that by the time we close today on this one. But a strong move here, pushing above 50. It's been rallying here the last little minute, and also up into the upper Bollinger Band. Initial price target could be around the $52 area, but really I think the bigger one here is going to be 54 for it. That's where I see this one going up towards the $54 range. To me, if it got up above 52 towards 53 and started to weaken, I wouldn't have a problem just, taking it and running. But watch it. But right now, bullish looking chart here for Ctrip. Another stock I've been watching. So my top three is WNR, Western Refinery, and then General Motors, GM, and then Ctrip that we're looking at right here. Okay. Runner up, Potash, another trend rider bull signal. It's a strong looking signal here. The only reason I didn't make my top three is just coming up on this little bit of resistance right here. I don't think it'll have much of a problem to breaking it. It's doing this on some pretty good volumes. Even for today, a lighter volume day, normally this is up there at the 50-week average in volume, which is a pretty strong signal as well. Yeah, this looks to push up towards the $34 to $35 area where I'd see this one going. It's about maybe $1 away from the 7 right now, which isn't too bad. It's out there a little bit. Okay, and some of the others are a little ways away from the 7 right here, but I think they're very chaseable at this point. Okay, so that's the stocks that I've been looking at today. There's a few others that are out there, but for the most part, these are the better signals that have been holding up the best. And that's my top three. I will be back on in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll wrap this day up. Okay, and then I see some questions out there. We'll get to those questions. PW and Jacob, those who might have some questions out there, I'll get to those in about 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. Okay, thanks. I'll be right back on.